Hello everybody, and welcome back to something I haven't done in a while. Welcome back to some modded beginnings. I have been asked time and time again about Applied Energistics. People talking about how that they're not really sure as far as how Applied Energistics works. So I'm going to try to teach you the basics. It may take 1 or 2 episodes, I'm not sure. So, getting started. First thing you're going to do is need to go out into the world, and you need to find some Certus quartz ore, and you need to find, you don't necessarily have to find charged Certus quartz. They can be made. Get into that in just a minute. The other thing, you may have, in out exploring your world, come across meteors. If you have not, you can craft these meteorite compasses, which is 4 iron ingots and a charged Certus quartz. There's not any in this. I'm in a super flat world, so there's not going to show. But this will point you in the direction of the nearest meteor in your world. Now, they're not always above ground. Sometimes they will be below ground, but it will lead you to the chunk that it's in. All you got to do is follow the little blue line. Inside of those meteors, you will find these presses. Calculation press, logic, or engineering, logic, and silicon. You're going to need all 4 of these in order to progress all the way through Applied Energistics. So, once you've got your meteors, once you've got all your presses, let's go ahead and get us one of each. You are going to want to get us some Certus quartz, since we're going to need some. And if you found some charged Certus quartz, you can skip this. But there is a item called a charger. Place this down. It does take power. Get us energy source here. Let's just go with that. Should power that, it may not. Yeah, it's not going to power. Alright. Some stuff takes RF, some of it does not. Matter of fact, this may actually take RF, it's not. Yeah, it wasn't plugged in there. As you can see, we've now got, it's changed to where it's blue. We've now got charged Certus quartz. So, the other thing that you are going to need a lot of is Fluix. These Fluix crystals. In order to make these, you're going to need charged Certus quartz. You're going to need some redstone. And you are also going to need nether quartz. Get us some water. Throw 1 charged, 1 redstone, and 1 nether quartz, and it will give you 2 Fluix crystals. That is how you get those. You will need a lot of those to get through this. Now, there are some other ways to make these. Not in this pack, there's if you have I don't remember what. Anyways, doesn't matter. We're not talking about that mod. Anyways, so there we go. That is getting your subscribers, your Fluix crystals, charged Fluix, Certus quartz, everything like that. Certus quartz spawns usually. The spawning in this has it at Y13. It usually spawns a little bit higher than that because we're not. Where is the overworld? Got a bunch of different dimensions. Overworld. Yeah, about Y30ish is where it's the most prominent at. You can get it from your environmental tech miner. Now that we've got that, the next thing we need to do is start working on making the presses. To make the presses, you need the inscriber. The inscriber is made with Fluix crystals, sticky pistons, and iron. Place these down and place you an inscriber in there. Now, each one of these uses a different thing. Calculation uses pure Certus core. Scribers use, or not scribers, engineering uses diamonds, silicon uses silicon, logic is gold. How do we wind up with all of them? So, pure Certus quartz. Time today. Pure Certus quartz. Those are made with Certus quartz seeds. Which, to make them, pulverized Certus quartz and sand gives you Certus quartz seeds. Now, you can just place these in water and they will just very, very, very slowly grow. What you need are these crystal growth accelerators. These are made with quartz glass, which is any kind of quartz powder and glass, Fluix block, glass cable, which is quartz fiber, and Fluix, which is more just any kind of quartz powder and glass. We are going to need a little bit of that as we can do this up. Get us cable. Place these around the water like so. They all need. Why is that? Not aware of that. Did not know it had to be charged from the top. That will give it, each one of these, power. These do not have power. We cannot just hook up that to it. We need to get an energy acceptor. These allow you to transfer our F power into power. It's kinetic power or something like that, I think it is. And now we can throw these in here and they will slowly grow. It takes quite a bit of a process in order to do this. You can also grow these in an enrichment chamber. I did not know that. That's something new. You can grow them in a phytogenic isolator with glowstone dust and water. This process is a little bit quicker. Let's just go ahead, get rid of those. As you can see, they've grown 27%. It's a lot faster than what it used to. So, basically, got that in there. Let's put that one, and that in there. Alright, so. Get gold. Diamond. Silicon is actually, it's not going. Alright, we can find it in right there. It is. Silicon is made. That's, I did not know that. You can use crushed nether quartz to do that. Crushed Certus quartz will give you silicon. You can actually pulverize sand. It's sand up here. Production smelter. Stag mill. Give you silicon. You can do it in the pulverizer. It will give you silicon. It's not showing that recipe in here. I don't know if it's disabled. You can do it in the crusher. But anyways, we need our pure. Now with these, we need to give these power. These will accept RF. You can hook up cables to them, everything like that. Used to be you had to have an energy acceptor with this. Do this. I'm not sure if you use any other cables on this for power or not. I've not tried. Anyways, we can do that. As you can see, it's working. It will give us a printed calculation circuit. You can add speed upgrades to this to make them faster. You can pipe items in and out of here. The way it works is pipe items in its side based on which these. So if we're piping in this spot, we got to pipe in the top. If we're piping in this spot, we got to pipe in the bottom. If we're piping in this spot, I believe it's the left-hand side. And to pull out, you pull out of the right-hand side. This will only ever accept one item at a time. You can add mod AE that adds a little bit easier automation to this, to where you can do more than that. That's engineering. Diamond. This one is gold. Nope, this one's silicon, and this one is gold. So once you get one of your circuits, you need another one of these inscribers. You take your printed circuit, your printed silicon, and a piece of redstone, and it will give you your, we don't have, it will give you your actual processor. So I can tell you now, you will need a load of the logic. We'll need a lot of both of these to get through everything and to get into a bunch of storage. So, but that is your basic crafting for all this. So next thing up is we want to get our system set up. There are three main components, basically three main components that you're going to need. First thing is your ME controller. ME controller is more or less the entire brains of this operation. This can be switched, I think, to regular Fluix crystals. I'm not sure. But the pure Fluix crystals are made the same way that the pure Certus quartz crystals are. Also, Skystone blocks, they do not have a recipe in this pack other than getting them from a meteor. So smelt them, get melt Skystone block that you get, and you get the Skystone block. Yeah, Skystone block. Then you are also going to need the engineer's processor, and that will give you a controller. Like I said, controller is more or less the brains of everything that you have going on. Get started with, all you need is one. This can go up to a 7x7 square. 1, 2, 7, or 7x7 cube, I should say. And you can, I'm not going to do any more, go up 7, then across. This needs to be powered. It will take RF, any kind of RF. And now we've got power. Each one of these, you can run a total of 32 channels. You know, basically 30. You can connect cables to any side of this. Top, bottom, left, right, the ends, all of them. The next part of this that you are going to need is you're going to need disk drive. Disk drives are made with glass cables, some engineering processors, and some iron. Not really that bad to make. We're just going to sit one right there. Basically, this is what holds all of your internal storage. Next up, you're going to need a way to see that. And the basis of that is just a regular ME terminal. This is made with any kind of illuminated panel, formation core, which is Certus quartz, Fluix dust, logic processor, annihilation core, which is nether quartz, Fluix dust, and a logic processor, and the logic processor. This will let go. This will allow us to see inside of here. Now, this doesn't have anything that you can store in it just yet. We've got to work on the disk drives. Disk drives. You've got 4 different size disk drives. You've got 1K, 4K, 16K, and 64K. Basically, each one will hold 63 different types of items in so many of items, depending on which size that you all of them take storage component. For the 1K, it uses a logic processor. The 4K is 3 of the 1K with the calculation processor. You're going to need a bunch of quartz glass through all of this too. The 16K is with the 16K storage unit, which is 3 more of the 4K and a calculation processor. And the 64K is made with 3 of the 16K. That uses a calculation processor. They have changed this pack. Usually that's an in processor. I don't know if it's been changed altogether or not. So it doesn't hurt to start out with a few 1K drives just to get you some storage up. I usually go straight for 64K drives. Put these in here. You can store up to 10 of them in here, and it gives you quite a bit of storage. We can start putting stuff in here. I don't know why my power just blinked. That out. So as you can see, we've got 23 of 63 and 11,000 bytes. I'm not exactly sure how all of that figures. So that is your basic storage as far as internally. Now, you do have external storage. Craft a storage bus. Which is an ME interface. The ME interface is basically formation core, annihilation cores, which is logic processors again. Iron ingots, some glass, and then pistons. You'll need quite a few interfaces as we go along. But for the storage bus, those. And we are also going to need a chest. So if we place a chest over here, we hook up a storage bus to it. We put the chest in here, and if we come over here, we will now see the chest inside here. That's how external storage works. Now you can also, there are got import buses for placing items into it, and then you got export buses for taking items out. So if we put a import bus on here, this would start as soon as it gets a channel and turns on. It will start collecting chests that we. Why are you not collecting the chest we have? Have this backwards? No, I put storage bus. That's why. Import bus. Now the chests are going in there. And if we get the export bus, these are made basically the exact same way. The only difference is formation core. And we can put that on there with the cable. We can set it with a filter. We use the chest, and it'll put all of our chests back inside of here. So it's a great way of importing items into your system if you've got a quarry set up or anything like that, or if you've got mob farm or anything like that. You can pump items in using a ender chest, and it will get you through there. So we've kind of reached a point where I think we're good. This takes care of most of your storage stuff. You can connect the storage bus to a drawer controller, and it will read everything that's in your drawers. And that is pretty much it as far as getting your basic setup and getting into your storage. We'll do another episode where we get into channels and some basic auto crafting, and then we will go from there. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed it. I thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.